Hello, my name is Jasmine Garcia, and today I'm going to be talking about stress management. So, what I'm going to be going over is what is stress management, why it's important in K through 12 students. I'm going to be going over a classroom activity and the plan outline, and also what are ways teachers and school staff can implement this skill in school. So, first, what is stress management? So, in order to understand stress management, we need to know what exactly stress is. And basically, stress is a response to anything that's giving you a worry. So let's just say like deadlines or something that's pressuring you, or any priorities that's just seem overwhelming. So because of stress, in order for us to prevent anything bad to happen and to come out from that stress, we need to do something called stress management. This is a very important skill for every student to learn. Basically, stress management are like different methods that help calm down your stress or even reduce your stress or even fully eliminate that stress in order for the stress not to go further, leading to other like mental health issues or any physical or behavioral decline. So why is this important? Well, when students have stress, it just clouds their whole thinking. So basically, they can develop anxiety or have zero motivation for anything. And probably the worst thing that could probably come out of this is that they can end up with depression and, like I said, no motivation, and they won't have they won't be able to do anything. And I know academics is very important to school, but if students don't know how to manage their stress, they're not going to be doing well academically, but as well, they won't be able to do well physically, mentally, and behaviorally, which will be a great disturbance, not only for them, but for you as well, because if they don't have like good behavior skills, it can lead to like let's just say talking out of place or them just doing bad things. And for the classroom and activity plan, I decided to go for I decided to go with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 coping technique, which is basically using your five senses that you have. So we're going to start off with five things you can see around you, four things that you can touch, three things that you can hear, and two things that you can smell, and lastly, one thing that you can taste around you. So I find this technique very, very helpful, at least for me, because I do struggle with anxiety. And this will really help the student ground themselves and focus on the present rather than the past or future. And by doing this technique, they are actively thinking of these um, prompts, so they won't be thinking of what really is worrying them. They'll be more focused on this. So for the activity outline, um, so the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method will be used for mindfulness. And this will help students calm down and focus and and be able to use their five senses. So before the lesson, it's recommended that teachers ask their students if they can define what it means to feel calmed down or grounded and why they think it's important, and to also ask if they are currently or in the past felt anxious or stressed, and what are some things that they can do to calm down. And lastly, teachers should explain the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method as a way of being able to be more focused and grounded by using their five senses. And during the lesson, it's recommended for teachers to also create a safe space in the classroom, making it like aesthetic and peaceful and just not something that's chaotic or anything like that. And also making sure that you teach them the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method in a slow and calm voice so they can understand it more. And after the lesson, it's recommended that the teachers ask how the students feel afterwards, and Perhaps they can even do like a small reflection summary and write it down on a piece of paper saying if the method did help them or if they did not help them and why not. And there, the implementation. So some other implementations that teachers and even school staff can do around the school is that to have mental health resources available around the school. So sometimes students don't know what to do or they don't know who to talk to or who they can call. So it's important to have mental health resources because if they can't um, find ways to manage their stress, it's gonna get out of hand. And if they don't have like these certain resources available, they will be they won't be able to get help basically. And another thing you could do is have de-stressing activities for students at school or even in the classroom, which can be like some small fun activities teachers can do here and there, just to like make sure the students are having fun as well. And once in a while, teachers can have conversations with students, just like a little mental health check-in, because sometimes when you're teaching, you have to teach maybe like 20 to 30 students, and you don't really have that one-on-one individual um, connection with each student. So I think by doing this, it can you can be able to get to know your student more, and if they have any troubles or anything, that's how you can help them out. And lastly, you can have students keep a daily journal in which they would, in the morning, they can write down how they feel or just literally anything. And then before they leave, it's recommended for them to also um, write in their journal to see what their whole like thought process was throughout the day and how they feel now that they're going home. So here are my references. And yeah, so thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.